Mexicans always work in the fields here in Quebecistan. So that's an interesting thing. So here in British Columbia, we get the same thing. We get Mexicans that come up to work in. They'll work in the fruit fields. They'll work picking fruits, picking apples, picking blueberries, strawberries, you name it. They come out and they'll work those jobs. And it is the quintessential reason why we have a temporary foreign worker system at all. Is because, for the most part, they cannot fill that labor. It doesn't matter how much they pay. They cannot fill the labor. It's a short window to pick that stuff or it rots. So they're able to bring in people from Mexico that are happy to come in, work for a short period of time, and then they're like, sir, it's getting cold. I don't want to be here. And then they go. And that's it. Thank you for the money. And that's it. And they go back. And that's been a sweet deal. That's really worked out for us. It's really worked out for us. But this scheme that's been going on over the past decade to bring tons of people in on this LMIA, temporary foreign worker stuff, on the promise that they're going to get, in the future, they'll get permanent residence. Even though it's right in there, it says temporary foreign worker. Now, the thing is, I feel bad for those people because they're sold a dream that doesn't exist. And then all the young people never get work experience. And so their lives are being put on hold for the sake of a bunch of people who are, government officials are probably getting payola, they're getting kickbacks, and these fast food places that are just happy to just get cheap labor. That's it. And it really is detrimental to everyone involved. Believe me, these people, if they knew what the deal was, they wouldn't have come over. 5 to a room, dormitories, houses turned into dorms, so that they can go and get your double wrong. You know what I mean? That's the thing. So anyway, contrast this. I get down there again, young people, and then we're at the In-N-Out, and I saw this sign. It said, "Join the team. $18 an hour to start. $22.50 after something or another." And so we asked this young lady. She must have been in her early 20s. We said, "Hey, we saw the sign. People start here at $18 an hour. Mind you, minimum wage there is like $5.15. So it's not minimum wage laws that are driving the prices up. That's not a thing. So what's it got to be? It's got to be the fact that they don't allow for all these shenanigans with immigration. They're not allowing for that. So you have all these young people who are working there, and then we asked, like, how do you like it? How do you like working here? She said, it's great. I love it. The people are nice. It's a great opportunity. I get to earn more if I learn some new skills. They'll pay me more. I said, how long does it take to get to the $22.50? Oh, maybe not that long, actually. Some of these other people that I've only been here like 3 months. These other people, they're already almost there. They've been here like a year. I think minimum wage in Manitoba is $15 an hour. That's the thing. Who cares what the minimum wage is if the market isn't paying that, right? If the market's paying way more, who cares what the minimum wage is? It really doesn't matter at all. I went to school in the U.S. for 5 years, married my American landed immigrant, came back, raised 3 dualies, now 9 grandkids. My wife has experienced 45 years of Canuck snobbery. Do tell, GS. Do tell. What's the kind of snobbery that you experienced? Yeah, snobbery. That's got to stop. That's got to end. What are the prices like in the fast food places? So cheap. So everything was so cheap. It's not like they made the prices crazy just to keep people there and paying them a good wage. it was cheaper. It was cheaper. So I thought it was amazing. And I went to all like the staples, you know, like those. I even went to a Waffle House. I thought a Waffle House was just like the name of a kind of restaurant. Like, you know, like, oh, let's go to the pub. Now Waffle House is apparently like a chain. So that's one of those things. Yeah, McWages, but they're really good. And so this is what led to me taking this picture. So I took this picture, and it might be kind of small for you guys to read. Boom. So this is Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's, if you don't know what it is, it's this gas station franchise. And they're on the side of the highways on the interstate. And you go to a Buc-ee's, and I swear, like, you think gas station, you're like, oh, they'll have like 10 pumps. It's a big one, they'll have 20 pumps. This place will have like 150 pumps on the side of the road. It's unbelievable. You got to see it, right? You got to experience it. It's crazy. And then there's basically like a Walmart attached to it. It's not quite as big as a Walmart, but it's a big place. And they have all kinds of staff, and they have all kinds of things going on. It's a rest stop, so big washrooms. You can get food there, and it's all like they do their own barbecue, like real legit barbecue. It may not be like Franklin's in Austin, but it's good barbecue. And they do barbecue sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, all that stuff. And you can pick up merchandise, all this kind of thing. Now they're hiring. And get this, like, look at this. And we're talking American dollars here. Buc-ee's is awesome. I was impressed. I was like, I almost didn't even get into the place because I saw all the stuff that they had outside. And was like, whoa, this place is cool. So hiring for the position of cashier, gift, cleaning, janitorial, warehouse, and grocery stocker. This is your bare bones position. Maybe need like a couple of days, maybe a week worth of training. Starts you at $18 an hour. Clyde's got barbecue fever. You'll have to believe me. I've had barbecue fever for the last more than a decade. I'm obsessed with barbecue. It's a big thing in my life. It's a big thing. So look at this. So this is the thing. Paid weekly, it says right here. Restroom crew. You don't know how to do anything, and you just want to get working tomorrow. It says right here, no experience necessary. You can work with the restroom crew for $20 an hour. That's $20 United States of American dollars. Today's current exchange rate, that's $27 Canadian. $27 Canadian an hour with no experience, right off the road. But taxes, Clyde. Oh boy. And then we'll have to get into that. So, of course, Texas has no state tax. You do not pay a state tax on your earnings in Texas. They have a modest sales tax. I believe they have a modest sales tax. There is, of course, the federal tax. You can't avoid that. And depending on what neighborhood you live in, the tax rate on your home is surrounding that. Work under the table. You're better off working over the table. Honestly, you're fine. The taxes they take from you are very low. You're going to be rolling in the dough with so little taxes. That's the thing. But it depends on the neighborhood that you live in, because a lot of like the roadworks and all that stuff is made up for by property taxes. So property taxes. But the best part about that is it decentralizes the whole taxation thing. So the state isn't taking any tax from you. It's the municipalities make their taxes depending on the land taxes. That's how it works. That's why I'm not in the trades no more. Barely worth the responsibility to build things for mid-pay. The great state of Texas. Yeah, there you go. But no, it gets better. It gets better. So we're talking entry level. Entry level, $20 an hour. The equivalent of $27 Canadian an hour with a much lower tax rate. Food service and car wash, $21 an hour. Team lead, $20 to $23 an hour. Department manager, $25 to $33 an hour. Assistant food service manager, $33 to $42 an hour. Full-time is based on 35 to 50 hours a week. What if you work there for a number of years and you're like, man, I like it here at Buc-ee's. I don't want to get another job. I just want to work my way up and earn a good amount of money being at Buc-ee's because I love it here. I don't know. Whatever. There's a lot of people that just, they like what they do, but find themselves in a dead end because they're like, there's no room to move up. Well, not here. Assistant general manager, $125,000 plus salary. Gift manager, car wash manager, $125,000 plus. Food service manager, $150,000 to $175,000 plus. General manager, if say you worked your butt off and you became the big shot at Buc-ee's. The big shot at Buc-ee's. You're going to be making $175,000 to $225,000 plus a year working at Buc-ee's.